farm, and we're just going to give the animals a drink. Pens, I've got sheep and cattle, and then we'll probably fast forward the day through once I've given them a quick feed and a bit of a drink, and then we'll get to planting. Tomorrow, first day of spring. I'm hoping the weather's going to be good to us. Come on, Rover. Come and get your grub, mate. You know, go and get your breakfast, fella. There you go. Righto. We'll head on down now and... Well. Righto. That's interesting. $1 million house. Car gets stuck. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Where did we put the truck? I think we've put everything away. The farm started to get into a little bit of a mess over the last few days, and I kind of tidied everything back up. So just while I'm here, we'll have a look at our TMR. We've got to do more. Ah, there she is there. Righto. Just plop this here. And we'll go and give these fellas a quick drink. So, yeah, quick drink and a quick feed, and we will fast forward until tomorrow. Let's just have a look at the weather situation. Still too cold. Tomorrow might be different. See, these guys are pretty good. We're not actually. We're not going to give them a drink. We'll... It's a waste of fuel, wasn't it? We'll just run across here. We'll give them some TMR, and that should be about it. I wonder if these bales are ready yet. Not yet. And some of these ones are, so it's going to be a bit of a muck around. I think for now, I think I'll just take out of our silo and give them a feed from that. Just want to have a look at the manure state. We're good there. Water's all good, righto. I think I've got TMR in here. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, not a great deal. I've got to sort some of them bales out. I've got some curing mixed in with the ones that are already cured, so I've got to, I think it's the front few bales. Not really ideal. go. Let's have a quick look at the straw. They need some silage as well. We should get through another day without having to lay some more straw down. They go through the straw like it's water. Wait, hang on a minute. Where are all my bulls? Where are all my bulls? Oh, they're here. Yeah, they're all here. And from tomorrow, we can put the bulls back into the pasture. That's their pasture over there. And hopefully they'll breed. We should have calves this season. We should have calves this season. Nothing's guaranteed in this game, especially with seasons on. You just never know. I only ever play with seasons on. It's not even anywhere near it. Fuck, this game annoys me, eh? Sometimes it really gets up my fucking nose, this game. Alright, that'll do them. There was nothing else I had to do today. That was good, wasn't it? So we're going to head back up to the house. I'm going to fast forward time and we'll get some sleep, and hopefully when we wake we should be able to start planting our fields. So we've got plenty of bales down here. That's all of our hay. We've got more hay on the trailer over here. I don't know why they're still sitting on there. The game doesn't seem to save sometimes for some stupid reason. I have no idea why. Yeah, our bulls are in there. I'd already tidied all this up as well. Look at the mess in there. That's our straw. And we've got some silage here. And these ones are all killed, these ones are not. That one is. That's my dog making a hell of a noise. It's ridiculous. We've got down here, the baler's down here. That's all we've got down here. The map's coming together really good. I like the build I've done on it so far. Everything has a use and a place. I'll try to use the entire map as much as possible. We won't be really using this for some time yet. I have planted a lot of trees. This is year 3 and these ones are only at stage 2. They won't be ready to harvest for a long time. These ones are at stage 2. And these ones are all at stage 2 as well. Anyway, when they do grow, we'll make plenty of money here, but it takes a long time for saplings to grow. Long time. I was also thinking of putting down a poplar field. You might do some poplars. You see, this is still grass. That's been sitting there since the last day before winter. All of our fields are ready to go. Excuse me. I was going to put poplars in here, have a nice big field of poplars, and just get a huge big grass area in here. The farm's really come together fairly well. So straw, bales, cotton, wool, all that gets sold there. This is for harvest. I put all my harvest in here instead of having to run back and forth to the main farm. And then I use my road train, my quads here to pick up from that silo and to bring it back to the main farm silo. I generally just grow crops that I need to feed the animals, and I usually do oats as well. You get less money per hectare for oats, but you get more crop, so you end up making more money out of oat than what you do soybean. So it just makes more sense to go oat. Let's get a few little. Okay, no more need to muck around. I just want to. Oh, yeah, this one's in for service. Got to get that serviced. Mechanic's not here at the moment. We want to get to our bale trailer and drop these off here. Oh dear. Oh, that's why it did that. I can't park this trailer there. We put this trailer in here and the baler, we'll go and pick that up as well. I won't be doing any more baling until we get our grass field down. That can stay there, and we'll just fast forward time now. I shouldn't I? Won't be any good leaving it out. We've paid our loan off finally. We'll go and get this baler. And we should be just back in time for dark. Being winter, it gets dark really early. Better pull our finger out, get a move on. Now I don't know if this is going to pull it or not. One way to find out. You know what? It won't unfold, and it won't fold. So you know what? To hell with it. I'm going to take the shortcut. You can get the seeding. It's the shallow bit of the river, so we're alright to go through there. And we've got sunset now at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll give the dog a bit of feed. Here you go, fella. There you go, Rover. Get some grub into you, mate. Right, we'll go and get ourselves ready for bed. Okay, it's going to let us sleep, so that's good. We'll go on real time now. And just make sure everything's good over here, and it is. And we're ready. Let's do this. Nice view from the house outside. It's the back end of the farm. You can't really see from there. I think we can see it from upstairs actually. It's a good view from upstairs. It's a nice house, this one. It's a good mod. And obviously it's a bit dark to see the farm now. So these lights aren't on. Just the exterior lights are on. I don't have any lights that I use on the farm. The only time I ever work at night is when I'm baling. If I got to get some bales done, it's the only time that I'll bale at night. So we can pretty much see most of the map from this house. We just lack a couple of windows out the back side, so we can see most of it anyway. And VGA's just over there. If this camera stops jumping around. Yeah, we've got our pool down here. Won't be using that, it's too cold at the moment. So we've got the fireplace on, nice and roasty up here. I got the TV, but that's only to watch videos and movies. I don't watch normal TV. Don't like all the propaganda and crap that's going on in the world. It's pathetic to be alive at this time age. I'm going to sleep it off. We go down the biogas as well this morning. We can get our digestate and sell that and make some good money there. We've now got $380,000 in the bank. That's our money. That's our money now. We no longer owe the bank a cent. And anything we do from here is all profit. Come on, mate, and I'll give you some tucker, mate. Come on, get over here. There you go. Get into that, mate. There's your brekkie. Might just do a water run and flick a bit of straw down. Damn, we're going to have to fast forward today through as well. Because we can't be planting and seeding when the ground's still too cold, so we'll go down and get the truck now. And I've knocked the game back to 3-day seasons. I was running 9 days. Yep, 9 days. Then I went to 6, and 6 is too long and 3's too short. So they're the only two options. So I'll choose 3. I'll choose 3 over 6 because 6-day seasons are just a day too long. And 3-day seasons, well, if you play on real time, then, you know, it's okay. You can still kind of get the feel for the seasons if you play real time. Give everybody a drink. I've got bales spread out all over the map as well. All people's homes that I've put sheds and that in. They all got bales in them. So we won't have to do any baling this season anyway. We'll pretty much use up all the bales we've got here on the farm. And we'll have to do more baling next season, but that's fine. It's a task I don't really enjoy, but it has to be done. You need bales. You've got livestock, you need bales. Let me see if we've got any calves. These ones are mature. And the bulls are here. The bulls are too young to breed, I think. We won't be getting we're about half a year away. We're about half a year away from getting calves, so next season. Which means I'm going to pull the bulls out, put them back into their own pasture. I'll do that today as well. There's no point having them in with the girls yet because they're not ready to breed, so I'll just quickly pull all the bulls out while we're here. After we fill the sheep trough up. Just leave that here. We'll get these bulls out. On the bright side, we're getting wool now. Sheep are giving us wool, so it's going to be pretty good profitable season, I think. They've already given us 3/4 of a trailer load. Last season we got 3 triple road trains of wool plus that one, so we had 7 trailers all up. We are going to take all the males out, every one of them. We're going to take them all out. That should be it for all of them. No, there's still a few more in here. Okay, we'll confirm that. Make sure the bulls are in there. And they are. Thank you, dokes. I left the gate open, which is good. Oilseed radish, I just got that growing there because there's too much grass on the farm, so thought I'd replace some of it with some oilseed radish. Look at this game, man. It makes you collide with everything. It annoys me, this game, a lot. I don't know why I still play it. It does frustrate me. It's supposed to be a chill game. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Okay, look, I'm going to have to do this. I'll put the sailors back into the truck. Okay, and we'll take the limousines out. I just want to have sailors in the truck. And it looks like we are there. And this field will just be all the same breed. There we go, we're good now. They're too young to breed, so there's really no point. But unfortunately that pen's full now with 50 bulls. We'll drop all these fellas off in here. There we go, we're done. I think we'll fast forward through today as well. God, this game annoys me, you know. It really does. It really fucking annoys me, man. Does my head in. So we'll just oh, hang on, I've got to turn my phone on to see this. Usually when I go live, there's no one usually on at this time, so I don't really set my phone up. I just quickly jump on here, and then I'll say good day to you. I just quickly jump. Oh, and turn the volume of this down. Okay. Nice series. Oh, thank you, Fury. Oh, glad you enjoy it, mate. It's been a hell of a build. It's taken me up until now to finally get the farm up and going. It's been a bit of a slog, really. Oh, we're not going to make that. And we'll just throw some manure in here and then I'll speed time up, get through the day. Shouldn't take a great deal of water here. quickly drop over here and just do a little run. I'll grab the front end loader, wheel loader. We'll call it a front end loader. That's what we call it here in Australia anyway. And also while we're here, we've also got to get some straw into this here, so I'm not sure if this will tow it out. I'm pretty sure it won't. There is a hitch on the back, but I just don't think it's enough to bring it out. Yeah, we'll have to get our tractor down here. I don't like my chances of getting a bale in there. Let's try anyway. I really don't think I'm going to have the headroom to actually get it up. So I'll stay about centre here. It's the highest part we've got. What I'll do, I'll just drop this down, get as much room as possible. Yeah, Let's Plays, yeah. You're going to do a time lapse on it, yep. Oh, you like, yeah, the Millennial Farmer map's awesome, mate. It's good. It keeps you busy. Well and truly. I'd actually had the Millennial Farmer map before the update came. I think I put somewhere around 30 hours into it, 30 real hours, and then the update came and it needed a new game start, and I wasn't prepared to do that, not after all that amount of time. So we grabbed too many. This is the problem I had before. There we go. Yeah, everyone seems to be doing Let's Plays, don't they? I don't know, I suppose I just wanted to just do a normal build, and yeah. Yeah, they didn't give it a real good review. I thought the plantation map was quite good. Yeah, I'm only a small channel too, mate. I've got about 30 people that generally come in and couple of different games as well. So yeah, the plantation map was good. I built quite a pretty decent farm on that one. The map itself was pretty good. Like, the borders were a little bit dodgy, right? Like, but no map's perfect. I just did my own review of it because I thought it didn't get the justice that it deserved from the popular map makers, if that makes sense. So, you know, every modder in this game does a fantastic job. They really do. And I kind of think it was a little unjustified by the bigger fellas snobbing their nose at it, you know. I didn't like it, so you know, I decided to do my own review, mate. Yep. $40 subs, yeah. I've only got, well, I think I've got 85 in total, or 84 or something. A long way off from being a YouTuber, but if I can do content, probably like yourself, you just keep making content, and if someone enjoys the series you're doing, then that's good. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a slog. But I game every day, and I started going live because I didn't know how to record. That's pretty much why I started to go live. That's the only reason. I had no idea how to record. And so what I did was I thought, okay, I can go live and I can still sort of keep the gameplay that I do. I'm not going to be able to get to here. Oh, the grass doesn't grow on plantation map. I didn't realise that. That is a bit of an issue. But the blokes who did the reviews on it, they never mentioned any of that. They just, I had one guy who, he's a good YouTuber, man. He's like Mr. Surly P. He's an awesome bloke. Fantastic mod reviews. Probably the best console mod reviewer out there, for sure. And he's a top bloke. But I don't think he did it justice. But then, my opinions don't really matter that much, mate. I'm only a little YouTuber, you know. It's like, I'm sure he wouldn't have seen it or even cared about it. But I kind of did say a couple of things that I probably shouldn't have, because his dedication to this game is like incredible, you know. Without him, we wouldn't know slot count. Well, we would, but we wouldn't have a heads up on slot counts and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I respect the guy. I think he's a great bloke. He does really, really good content, and that's why his channel's so good. So I was a bit rough on him, and I did write to him and apologise to him. Oh, not the painted grass. Yeah, he was a bit biased. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I got into him a bit, probably a bit more than what I should have. I was a bit tough on him, mate. But he's a good YouTuber and he's a fantastic person, you know. Like, he's a pretty good bloke. So, you know, and this farming community, it's like all good people, you know. It's like, there's a lot of communities of games out there where it's sort of fairly toxic or can be toxic, but the farming community's pretty much, you know, really cool. So yeah, didn't want to make waves or anything, but like I said, I'm only a little YouTuber, mate, and I'm sure he wouldn't have even seen it, you know, or, you know, my opinions wouldn't hold so firmly. I mean, if it did, Giants would contact me because all the things that I say about them, you know, like, if not for the modders, this game would have died ages ago, you know. And Giants have really dropped the ball. I just hope FS22's going to be, you know, a lot better, especially when it comes to workers and the mod hub. The mod hub is just broken to pieces. It's pathetic, the mod hub. Really, really is. Yeah, being honest is best, yep. And yeah, strictly realistic gameplay. I do it probably 80% realistic. I do use auto bale trailers when I'm trying to catch up on baling. Oh, you had a farm of your own, mate. Yep. So you'd know the ins and outs probably more than most people who aren't farmers, who just play the game and love the game. Yeah, and that's another thing, is we're generally older people, you know, who play this game. Like, younger people play it, but I think they get a little bit bored after some time. So yeah, many mods are very unrealistic. Like this one I'm using, this bucket's 8,000 litre bucket. But if you look at it from this way, I've seen buckets that, you know, are this size on wheel loaders. So yeah, it's just that 8,000 litres is probably a bit too much for this one. You got a 5 in front of yours? I'm 3 years away, 2 years away from a 5, yep. So it definitely, it's a more chilled game for us oldies, mate. I bet you've been a gamer since Space Invaders and even before that. I started gaming arcade. I had an Atari 2600 when I was a kid, and just prior to that we had Pong, Pac-Man, we had Donkey Kong, and I had a Nintendo called Fire or something like that. Oh yeah, Asteroids. Yeah, I remember Asteroids. Yeah, those sorts of games. Yeah, and gaming's come a long way. Hey, it's like crazy the technology that we have in gaming now. Being born in this era mate, it's like heaven, isn't it? You know, when it comes to gaming and technology. So crazy. The old table tennis, the old tennis, Pong, and those sorts of games. The kids wouldn't even play them today. They'd laugh at them. Like, well, really, they would laugh at them and go, what's this all about, you know? I get all that grass on. Yeah, same. Yeah, it's I still don't know how to do a computer. If I did, I'd be playing this on a PC instead of a console. I'm not real good with computers and technology. The PS4 here is it's about my limitation of expertise on technology. Yeah, but yeah, God love the younger generation for their adaptation to it. I'm just going to park this in the shed. Oh, you're on PC. Oh man, the problem with console is slot counts, and you know, my slot count is almost done. I'm at 1078 from 1299. If I was on PC, I'd enjoy building more functions. I'll give you a quick view of the map if you want. This is pretty much the farm. Yeah, the attention span is pretty much void in the genes, isn't it? they don't have any. They're not born with it anymore. This is me second hay shed. Yeah, they're not really born with it. And sheep pasture here. See, I use auto load trailers on me sheep. They take forever. The problem I use auto load with the sheep is trying to pick these pallets up with a fork. It's impossible. The forklifts in this game suck. The tines suck. They either won't pick them up or they get stuck to them. You can't get them off or out. So that's why I use auto load for them. The same as the bale tines. They constantly fall off. They flip off. They launch themselves into the air. So I use big bag handlers whenever I handle bales. That's another unrealistic way to do it, but it's the only way I find that can work. When I do logging, I use the big bag lifters. These attachments here. I use them because they pick up the logs with the wheel loader, and you can load logs onto your trailer. Because when you try and use the logging equipment, they're not very good. Anything bad about PC is Oh, the FPS, too many mods. Yeah, yeah. I suppose it comes down to um, the more the more power of. I don't know much about PCs, but the more power the PC has, I suppose. Yeah, you won't have the FPS problems. I use this baler here. Speaking of FPS, I use this lizard baler, the STB03P. It's a baler combination. It doesn't go off the field, and it's strictly, you just put it under your silo and it will bale what you've put in your silo. The thing I use that is, we've got a bale limit on console, and you're only allowed, I think it's 220 bales. I think it's 220 bales. I've got about 450 bales at the moment just on this farm, but I have to spread the sheds out this distance here, because as soon as you hit your bale limit, and if you got all of your bales sort of all in the same place, the game basically freezes. The FPS is like atrocious. So I spread these sheds out over my farm, and I keep the bale stacks away from each other as far as I can. And this one here's the other hay one, which I haven't filled up, but I'm not going to do it this season. But yeah, the reason I use this baler here is because when you turn it off, you can go past your bale limit as far as you want. If you want to make 1,000 bales, you can, but you just got to put them along, far away from each other. You've got about 3,000 mods. Holy smokes, 3,000 mods. 4 terabyte memory. It's up to the maps. Oh, yep. You play PS4 maps on PC. Ah, right. So it's more stable. Some of those, excuse me. Some of those maps for PC are just enormous, aren't they, Fury? They're like 10 times maps, 10x maps and stuff. I'd love to play on something that big if I had a computer that could handle that sort of power. Yeah, like 10 times map, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Like, just enormous. I mean, we get 2 times maps here, really. Oh, I've come in the wrong way. Yeah, and like this No Man's Land, it used to be massive to me before I logged it, and once you kind of get rid of all the logs and stuff, there's really not, it's really not that big, like, compared to the PC maps. PC has 0 bale limits, yeah. 16 times map, River Valley, holy smokes. You had to stop. One time speed took 4 days just to plough. Yeah. You see this map here, this is the biggest size that you can get on console. This is the size that they go to. As you know, you play on PS as well. But these fields, they didn't take me too long. I use a combination of the John Deere plough and the Tiger Mate cultivator. I put them together, and yeah, 4 days to plough. That's crazy, right? It's absolutely crazy. So, like, I've replanted a lot of trees here. They're only at stage 2 though, so I will have some more logging to do. You make a lot of money out of logging. I've got these are all at stage 2 as well, and these ones here are at stage 2. So yeah, I've got to take them down eventually. So I've tried to make like a little camping area here. I've tried to do with this map as much as I possibly could. I sort of thought a diner overlooking the river here would be good with a camping ground next to it, and up here there's a sales point there. Just a little thing. I was going to turn this into a little touristy area. It's not finished yet. I've got to finish the hills and stuff. I've got the timber yard up here. I'll just read what you wrote there. Flint Hills is huge. Also a 4x map. The first field on the main farm, 237 acres. That's huge, mate. That's probably like this whole no man's land map could just be one of those 16 times size maps. It'd be one field, you know. Like, it's absolutely enormous. This is a bit of an industrial area here. I just sort of put together. Sales point down here. This is a cheat, but it's expensive to buy anything out of it. So I kind of thought it was balanced. To if ever I run out short of something, I can always get it. This is the bakery. Well, they're bakery trucks. These are the other sheds that I store bales in. And this one here, this is the windmill. I've got to do this for the bales, otherwise if I have too many bales on the farm in one area, like my silage is all under here, the frames per second just go ballistic. That's straw, and this one over here is my hay, and that's the other hay shed here, but I have to have them that part, otherwise the game just can't handle it. I got the PS4 Pro, and it's a bit more powerful than the standard PlayStation and the Slim, but it's still not a great deal of power. It runs well in 4K, which is pretty good. You downloaded Alien Jim's pack. Well, yeah, it's a good pack. I love Alien Jim. I've got all of his maps. I still use them. He's a great modder. He's come a long way. He really has. Him and Missy B teamed up for a map or two, and it's just like, wow, man. Just them two of my favourite modders. I can't talk Alien Jim up high enough. He set the bar limit on map building in this game, and he's ran with it. And not that the other modders weren't any good either. I'm not trying to say that, but just it seems like he set the bar, and yeah. You drove around it this morning. How long did it take you to drive around that map? I'll bet it took you ages. And like what you were saying about unrealistic mods, like I don't really want to bag any modders out, because without modders, this game wouldn't have continued to grow in success that it has today. But I do want to mention Urshaba and 82 Studios. I just every time I use their mods on this map, or any other map that I use, everything from 82 Studios, from the TLX to the transport trailers and everything from Urshaba, every single mod from Urshaba, they crash my game every time. And I actually had No Man's Land since it first came out, before any updates, and on that map I'd spent 330 real life hours building that. I built it from scratch, and I'd cut every tree and made every cent the hard way. And I put down Urshaba's dairy sheep, and I also put down, I got the TLX cab over, because I'm an Aussie, and we got the TLX, but it's called a Kenworth. It's a 105, 102, 105 model, and and it crashed my game straight away so bad that those two mods destroyed my game. I had to uninstall the game. I had to re-download the game, which took me 3 times to do it. And then, even worse than that, when I eventually got the game back up and running again, I tried to download my saves from the cloud, and it wouldn't. It just said corrupted files. So I had to completely erase the entire game and start from scratch again. And that's why this build here, I cheated money. I cheated. I think I took $12 million. I cheated $12 million and tried to build it back to how it was, but I was pretty dirty on it, mate, because 330 hours of my real life, I was into the 10th year of farm, the 10th year on No Man's Land, the 10th season, playing 9-day seasons, and lost it, lost the gameplay, and couldn't go into my cloud and download any saves that were in there. So yeah, I downloaded government subsidy signs, and away I went, and I just threw down 12 million bucks, and then yeah, I started to build my farm again. But everything I've made, like the 12 million bucks, covered mainly just buying the map back, which I had bought, and this is $2.2 million, $1.9 million, sorry, just for the BGA. It's the only BGA I have. So that was 1.9 million bucks in itself. And then when you place it, it's another 400,000 or something to place it, construction costs and whatnot. So that money, the 12 million bucks, it doesn't go far. I've learnt when you're trying to put your map back together, after that happens, you know. And yeah, I was really, really filthy about it. And so I was like, yeah, righto, I'm not going to start from scratch again and put another 330 hours in case something ever happens again. So yeah, I did. I cheated, mate. I cheated in this series, just in the beginning. And yeah, over 1,000 hours on Wilhelmina Forest. Oh wow. Yep, the TLX by 82. It is. It's corrupted. I think all of his mods have got the same. Yep, 33,000 trees. It's ridiculous, eh? Like the thing that annoys me is that I don't blame David from 82 Studios. I don't blame Urshava, because they make mods for PC, right? David says he makes his mods for PC and console, but they're corrupted because they make them for PC to get through on PC, and then they muck around with the scripts to try and bring them to console. And the problem there is console just can't handle certain scripts, and David, yeah, like, you know, his mods look fantastic. To me, they don't drive good. They're not very stable. 82 Studios, they're not stable. It's like they're completely and utterly rigid. They're really stiff. But it's extremely noticeable with his mods. But I just really like the look of them because they're fantastic looking mods. They really are just extremely awesome looking mods. They just don't work, and they crash. They crash the game horribly. So it's pretty bad. But yeah, I don't want to bag them out, but I do want to bag out Giants, because they say in the mod hub that they're not responsible for any damage that these mods for any damage that these mods may cause. But they're the ones, it's their game, it's Giants mod hub. They're the ones who do the testing to allow it to come to console, even though it was written for PC. They're the ones who check the re-scripting. They're the ones who put it on their mod hub and release it to us and go, you know, here you go, guys. Here's another mod that we've checked, although we're not responsible if it damages your game. So, you know, it's a typical big business thing these days. They've got more rights than human beings. A business has more rights than human beings. you know, obviously Giants need to outsource their testing because they don't know how to do it, or they've just dropped the ball and couldn't give a crap, you know. And I really hope FS22 is going to be a lot better. I really, really do hope that. And I hope they fix workers, at least to a point where the workers will work. And I hope that they fix the mod hub to a point where it's not going to constantly sit there for 4 minutes while you're trying to go back to the main mod hub once you just even look at a mod. It's pathetic, really. The Giants definitely dropped the ball. Once they made the game, they just thought, that's it now, you know, like, yeah, we've got the game. Now the modders can keep the game going, and that attitude stinks, you know. So, I'm going to sit back and watch DJ Goham, watch Clutch. Oh, what did I do here? And watch Clutch Simulations, watch Daggerwin, watch all of these guys for their mod reviews when FS22 does come out, and see what they say about it. And I'll probably leave it for another month or two. And if there's nothing too bad said about it, and if workers are working, if the mod hub runs smooth and clean, then I'll buy it. But I won't buy it if it's anything like this. And something that worries me, Fury, is Giants have taken over seasons. Now, I only play with seasons. I think it's more immersive to play with seasons. So I play with seasons, but the thing that worries me is Giants are taking over their own seasons, and going off Giants' track record, it's not going to be terribly great. So we shall see. There's a lot of hiccups with precision farming. I used to use precision farming as well, and I just don't do that anymore either because too many problems with it. 24-day seasons. You run 24-day seasons? How the hell? I'd be here for, because I play on real time. You must play with skip time ahead or something, do you? Because you'd be there for 5 years on trying to get through 24-day seasons. Oh, that'd be crazy, mate. It's just like too long. I find 9-day seasons, really, every time. It's this build I started on 9-day seasons, and then I dropped it back to 6, and now I've just gone to 3. But 3-day seasons is too short at real time, and 6-day seasons are too long at real time. So 12-hour days, 1 time speed, and sleep at 6 p.m. Righto. Okay. Yeah. So you do like a standard day, and then fast forward through your sleep. So yeah, I understand that. That makes sense. That makes sense. But 24-day seasons, holy smokes, that's a lot. That's a long time with the seasons, but it is kind of realistic, more to the point than anything else. Millennial Farm. Oh, you're playing a Let's Play on Millennial Farm? Oh, you dropped it to 9 days, yeah. Millennial Farm's a good map, eh, mate? It's Fury. It's pretty good. It's not without its little share of hiccup here and there, but for all in all, it's pretty good. I have a problem on Millennial Farms where I can't feed TMR to the cattle. There's a real problem feeding cattle TMR. I can't get it in the trough. I can give them water. I can give them grass, but I can't give them TMR on the Millennial Farm. So there's no point running cattle there if... Let me just slow this speed down. There's no point running cattle if I can't feed them. So they need TMR, and I can't give them TMR. It's okay. Okay, these guys, I'm going to have to feed all these guys. See, I'm on 3-day seasons. That's another thing I don't do. I don't do weeds. Weeds are pathetic. We can plant now. Please seed and plant, so that's cool. But yeah, the weeds in this game are ridiculous. So I hope they fix that in FS22 as well. It's about night and realistic gameplay. Yeah, same mate, yeah. The main cow farm, yeah, you do your own pens, yeah, I know, but it's sort of like when I go on to like a new map, I'll give the new animal pens a go on that. You know, because all my mods on here, I use them for every map that I'm on, and this is only a new one, the D80. I put that one onto this map just so I had something, you know, different machinery to use. I use the same machinery for every map that I do. These are all my mods here, and yeah, I like to use different stuff just to keep the game more interesting. And there's another build I'm doing at the moment where I'm using all small tractors and small machinery, and no mods. So, I mean, the only mods are the small tractors and their implements. So, yeah, it's fun. It makes it fun again. Yeah, weeds. Yep, I hate the weeds too. You recorded one the other day. Yeah, real weed, and they need a herbicide as well, for sure. But I'm like you, mate. I turn them off in the gameplay because you plough, you cultivate, you put your lime down, you put your herbicide down. Every single day you're constantly putting herbicide down and raking your field to get rid of weeds that never seem to stop growing. So it's broken in this game, the weeds are. And yeah, real farming, you need to weed. You need to put your herbicide down, excuse me. Sorry about that. You need to put your herbicide down prior to planting or at planting, and then and probably like mid-season when they've just sort of sprouted and a couple of, you know, a few weeks into growth, then you have to go and herbicide again just to keep the bugs off. But this game's nothing like that. It's a shame because it's a pretty good game. And if you use more realistic mods, it's pretty cool. Can certainly like it's a fulfilling game. Where is my truck? I've lost it. Over 30 years real farming, mate. Wow. Oh, really? Once you herbicide, it can keep them out for a few seasons, even if you've had a big wet? You'd think that the rain would wash some of the herbicide away, but yeah, I mean, it soaks in the ground, doesn't it? It goes a couple of inches under, so you need a pretty big rainfall to actually to penetrate, you know, 3 or 4 inches in. Wow, 5 years? For 5 years, herbicide will kill everything. Wow, that's price of herbicide would be pretty expensive, wouldn't it? Like, it's expensive enough in this game. And for no benefit either. This game doesn't kill weeds at all, no matter what you do. They just keep growing. Which means you have to plough every time you do a harvest, because it's just, the field's 40% weed. And kills the crops as well. Yeah, right. You do it just when they sprout. With the herbicide, I understand that yet, but how do you go about it when, like after, yeah, right, so the herbicide will stay, once they've seeded and you go through and herbicide it, then that'll keep the bugs off for the duration of its growth. Is that what you're saying? Because that's pretty strong herbicide. Didn't even plough, just cultivated. Yeah, but this game, like No Man's Land, you have to plough to create a field. I don't think there's a cultivator in game that'll create field. It's nasty stuff, yeah, it sounds like it. It sure does sound like it. Oh, hang on, mate, me dog's got to go out for a bit of a toilet run. I'll just be back in a sec. You do, wait, come on. Come on, mate. Come on. I know you, mate. Hey, telling me fibs, mate. Not having any food you've already eaten. No. You can whinge and moan all you want, mate. You've already eaten. Yeah, sorry about that, Fury. He came to me and he's like, he needed to go to the toilet, but he was lying. He stopped at the fridge and stuck his nose at it like, feed me. But he got fed 2 hours ago. The dog eats like a horse, mate. Between the herbicide and the fertiliser bugs. Ah, right, okay. Okay, the fertiliser, that will kill the bugs' later growth. So you fertilise about sort of just before mid-growth, yeah? Dogs are, yeah, I love him to death, but he shits me to tears, my dog, you know. I love him more than anything, but he really, really annoys me. And they learn how to manipulate you as well, worse than children, you know, like yeah, my dog has manipulated me more times than anyone has in my entire life, mate, you know. He's a rotten bugger. Yeah, later growth for the fertiliser, yeah, mate. It, yeah, the herbicide was more, I thought you had to throw 2 lots of herbicide down per field. What's going on here? Oh no. I'm not sure how I'm going to get that out of there. Hang on, I have an idea. Where are we? We're over here. Because I was talking, I wasn't concentrating, and I actually emptied the entire straw in here. But that's all right. I managed to fix it up. So that's all good now. Yeah, fertiliser, I understand the fertilisation. I didn't know that the fertiliser would kill bugs as well. What, lymphs and all that sort of stuff. I didn't realise that that would do that. I thought it was just the herbicide that would kill it. So there you go. You learn something new every day. You spread manure and slurry yet? Yeah, nitrogen. Yeah, will kill them because it's really rich, isn't it? But it's mainly the herbicide that you kickstart, isn't it? Without that one, the fertiliser will only do so much. I've got to get this trailer out of here now. Pellet fertiliser sits on the ground, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They reckon it's a slow release, isn't it? The pellets, and they can be there at the end of harvest. You can still have fertiliser left on the field, can't you? So, and as for slurry and digestate, pretty stinky fields, man. High in nitrogen for sure. Like, you know, the crops would love it, but you wouldn't want to have those fields near home anywhere, would you? They're pretty horrible. Especially if you were mainly downwind to those fields with slurry on it. Like, yuck. It's I don't know if you've ever seen Laura Farms. She's another farmer out there, like millennial farmers and that. She's only a young girl. Her dad owns his farm, and she's gone and bought her own farm. She's only just started. She's been running the farm with her dad all her life, but she's just kicked off her own little farm. I think she bought some of the field off her dad or something, and he's just basically getting her up and running. He'll be retiring before too long, I reckon, and she'll take over the whole lot. But she's got some good videos that are worth watching. She sort of shows you everything. She brings a little bit too much of a personal life into it and that, but you know, that's the way she does it, and you know, so that's fine. Like, I suppose you got to get to know people. It's not just all about the you know, just about the farms, I guess. But and another one I watched too is 10th generation farmer. He's pretty good, man. You get to see a lot of, you know, it's a big farm, that one. So I have to put my glasses on. It's really hard to read comments on here. I'm squinting, and that's better. Now you get used to it. 100 head of dairy. Yeah, I mean, dairy's one thing, right? But pigs are another. Pig slurry, you wouldn't want your pigs anywhere near. Oh man, I don't think you'd ever get used to it. How horrible. Oh my God. Pigs stink. They stink bad. I'm a truck driver for a living, and I used to herd out pigs. I used to take them to the slaughter, and I didn't do that for very long. You do get used to cattle. I know what you're saying there. I understand that. You do get used to cattle, but pigs, I don't think I'd ever get used to the smell of pigs, mate. They're revolting smell to them, mate. It's like, yeah, nah, you can have them, mate. Yeah, I bet you couldn't stand it. Yeah, like cows have got, like horses as well, they got their own scent. It's not too bad, you know, like slurry's bad, but yeah, as long as you do your muck, you clean all that and do that for their health and whatever, keep it somewhat under control. But still, pigs are like, yeah, revolting, absolutely revolting. Yeah, they pee a lot, eh? Explains why there's so much damn slurry. Yeah, yuck. Yeah, just yuck. Revolting, mate. It's rank. I could think of nothing worse. But there's good money in pigs. Let's face it, we all love bacon. Well, 99% of us anyway. But yeah. What is it? 10:15. Cows sleep not nearly as much. Yeah, I mean, It's global warming stuff because cows fart. Like, come on, really? Cows have been here as long as human beings, mate. They blame that on, well, they realise it's not global warming anymore, it's global cooling, so now they just call it climate change. And that still makes them right, in their mind anyway. But yeah, it is pigs. So I'm going to leave that there. We need more straw and everything. Actually, I'll leave this here. This is the one I want. Yeah, I don't fall for that. I'm not really a political channel in any way, but I don't believe the lies these government feed us every single day. They got their own agenda, and this is all part of a means to getting to it. The east coast of the states, rain all the time. Yeah, I live on the west coast of Western Australia, and I come from the east coast, and over the east it's like what you're saying there. We got rain probably 7 or 8 months of the year, constantly. Just, it'll rain for like weeks, and then we'll have a dry spell of 5 or 6 days, and then it'll rain for weeks. And now that I've moved over to the west coast of the country, it's really dry over here. So I've been here for 20 years now, and when it does rain, mate, I sort of run out and dance in it now, because the first 10 years or something I didn't miss the rain at all, but it rains so infrequently here now that it's kind of a blessing to see it come. So there's some really big ball water over here, and that's what most of the cattle and sheep and that, that's where their water comes from. Oh, that wood silo, yeah. It's an unrealistic mod. It holds 10 million litres. But for me, being on console, it takes only 1 slot count to put it down. Whereas the multi-fruit silos, I think they're 12 for the first one, and then you've got your extensions, which are 6. So it's like the difference between 18 slot counts and 1 slot count. So that's why I try and use realistic mods to as much as I can. But you've got to consider on console, in comparison to PC, slot counts, you can't buy them. So once your slot counts are gone on console, that's it. So that's why I use, like, I'll buy 1 tractor, whatever it may be, and then I'll buy the exact same tractor as my second one, because the second one only cost me 1 slot count. Whereas if I had 3 tractors, 3 separate different tractors like I do at the moment, I'm using up around about 100 slots in comparison to only 3 slots if I had 3 of the same trailer. So that's why I tend to use the same equipment once the build gets closer to finish. And the 1050 Fendt here, it's 517 horses, and it will pull everything, absolutely everything. So I run a combination of the John Deere 12 metre plough, and I got behind it a 18 metre, I don't know why I'm taking manure, but I am. This combination here is what I like to run. The Tiger Mate, it's 18 metres, and this John Plough's 12 metres, and together that's how come I'm able to make my fields sort of fairly quick. These fields over here, I could have just made one big field, but all I need is 6 different crops, and that's with field rotation. So and this is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So I do 3 rows, so it's 36 metres that I've got per strip, which goes the duration of the entire length of the map. I get about, depending on what crop I do, if I averaged all the fields, I'd get somewhere around the 400 to 500,000 litre off each harvest. But in saying that, I've still got some more fields to put over this area over here. I'm actually going to do in this area here, in that area that you can see, I'm actually going to do not saplings. Oh my God, my brain's not working right now. Christ almighty. Straw sticks, mate. What are they called? Bloody... I've got a total brain freeze right now. Poplars, thank you. I was just about to go in and check it. Well, brain just wouldn't collect it. Just wouldn't pick it up. You got to run. Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah. Good talking to you. Drop by any time. I'll go and check out your channel too. Us little YouTubers, mate, we got to help each other as much as we can and give good content that the big YouTubers used to do, but now they're just so big that they've just stopped doing it. So us little guys are sort of picking up the little bits of thread that are left, that the big guys are more concentrating on Let's Plays and all of that. So I'll come and check out your channel, brother, and I'll sub to you. Yeah, we've got to help each other out. So I think before you get, you've got to have 1,000 subs, don't you, before you sort of really say that you can start breaking through. I think it's like 1,000 subs we need. So I sure would not like to get as big as DJ, or, you know, I'd be happy with about 2,000 followers if I ever could get there. 2,000 would be good. So yeah, you take care, Fury. We'll catch up with you, mate, and I'll come and visit your channel. And thanks for dropping by too. Yeah, I actually tried to get a PS5, but you try and order one here in Australia, and it's about a 6-month wait. And I'm like, you know what, to hell with that. I'm just going to get a PS4 Pro, and now I'm able to get it in 4K. Man, it's amazing the difference between the PS4 Slim that I had and the PS4 Pro. It is absolutely incredible, the difference in textures, in rendering, in just like every part of it. It's I kind of got bored a little bit with FS19 there for a short time, and I put it back on. The first game I put in was FS19 when I got the PS4 Pro, and I was completely blown away of just the difference. The difference it's amazing. So all the reviews I've seen on the PS5, I haven't seen anything too convincing to really want to go and get it. When they're comparing that to the PS4 Pro, load times are about 3 seconds quicker on the PS5. The rendering's the same. And I suppose it's probably a more stable system, but without those chips, just what have we got left, you know? I'm not going to wait 6 months for a PS5. I'm not going to fork out, in Australian money, $750. $750 for a PS5. No thanks, you know. Not yet anyway. That's money I can't justify on something to wait 6 months for, if it even arrives, you know. I'm not prepared to wait. I'll wait. They are talking about building a new PS5 that's using different chips. I don't know if they're going to actually fulfill or go through with that, or whether they're going to wait until everything catches up because of this Corona BS. You know, that's how you bring nations to their knees. Put out a fake pandemic, hold everyone down. It's just fucking China, mate, you know. it's unconstitutional, and they destroy our constitution and all of our rights in the same time that they're doing it. That's my political views of it. And the only experts you ever see on the mainstream news are ones with the government agendas. You never see people with their own opinions, experts. So I don't believe 1 minute of it, not 1 minute. So I don't want to mean any disrespect here with this, but the American greenback, the debt ceiling's been raised so high that it'll never get out of debt. and every currency that's ever brought in, it has a time limit on it, because every currency that is the world-backed currency, they all have about 100-year lifespan before it collapses. Because the way the monetary system runs is that for every dollar printed, because of interest, they need to print another equal dollar to that dollar printed to pay for the interest of borrowing that $1. And that's why there's so much debt, and that's why there's so much money made, and that's why the inflation climbs as high as it does. And it's a system that needs to be changed, because it's doomed to fail. Like, the next country or countries that will take over power will probably be the Chinese, by the looks of their economy. The BRICS nations, they've made their own World Bank now, and they're using their own currencies for oil. They're moving away from the American greenback, and that all ties in with this pandemic, and it all ties in with destroying the Constitution. If you look at what's going on in the world, this is why they're doing it. The lockdowns, we're turning into China, and China's turning into Western nations. It's doing a complete role reversal in everything. You look at the politics. Red are now blue, blue's now red. Left is right, right is left. You know, and their biggest comeback is, if you say anything, you're either a conspiracy theorist or you're a racist. That's it. That's their whole argument. And, you know, anyone our age, we grew up in a different world to how it is now, and we've been around the sun a few more times. So that's how it is. I don't believe one thing this government tells me. Not a thing. George Carlin made that point pretty clear. Believe nothing the government tells you. Nothing. Anyway, that's the feed for the day. I'm going to call it a night, mate. You take care. Good talking to you. I'll come and check out your channel, buddy. And we'll talk to you later. So, time to walk the dog. Alright, look after yourself. See you, fella.